Okay, so hey guys, and today I'm reviewing Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which was much better than the first movie and also made me care about the Terminator franchise a lot more. So let's begin the review of this awesome movie. Okay, so this movie opens in a much better way and more interesting way than the first movie did, which instantly tells you that this one is way more ambitious than the first one, and I like that. The narration is just so well done and instantly gets you interested in this movie. The music played during the title card is also amazing and gives a tough competition to the music in the final chase scene of the first movie that I liked so much. And so yeah, the Terminator arrives in the past once again, this time after John is born, to what we still think is to kill him. After arriving, he gets his weapons and outfit and all and sets off on a bike to find John. And after that we see what has really happened to Sarah after all these years and see John for the first time. Well, technically second since he appeared in the opening narration of this movie, but I don't care. Anyways, the Terminator sees John and one of his friends riding a bike and going somewhere and follows them. This is truly an intense scene since Sarah can't help them and he himself wouldn't be enough to handle the Terminator. I mean, yeah, he could handle it better than the boring Terminator 1 Sarah, but still he would probably get killed, and so yeah, this scene builds up tension really well. We also see T-1000 searching for John too, and we still think that he's going to replace Kyle and become the new protector of the victim, but of course that doesn't happen. And I really like that it does not, because I like sequels that don't have the same pattern as the original. Like yeah, sometimes playing it safe can give you a better movie than if you did not, but most of the time it really gets predictable and boring real fast. Okay, so T-1000 and the Terminator both end up finding John, and I really like how he was able to escape the fate of being killed just because T-1000 had that police costume. Because if he did not, John would probably get killed because the sly robot would just sneak up behind his back while he was playing video games and impale him from the back or something. Anyways, John runs away from what he thinks is an average cop, but then faces what he thinks is an even bigger problem, the Terminator. I really like this scene because not only is it a very intense scene, but it also shows us the intelligence of the Terminator, since having the gun and that flower box thingy is truly a clever idea. And after this intense moment, John finds himself in a big checkmate with this the Terminator on one side and the cop on the other. So basically nowhere to escape to. And this is the scene where the big plot twist of this movie is finally revealed. Revealed by just these two words. Get down. If this was the Terminator from the first movie, he would just shoot John and end him right there. But as soon as he tried to save him, we knew that something else was going on. And we finally see who the true villain of this movie is when the Terminator protects John and T-1000 keeps shooting at him. This just blew my mind. And then the Terminator and T-1000 have a fight where the walls just break like they're made out of cardboard. Like yeah, the robots have strong metal bodies, but how is the wall so weak? It should take more than just that to break walls. John escapes while this fight is going on, and I really like the scene where T-1000 looks at a grey mannequin after throwing the Terminator out of there and just stares at it because in reality, it also looks like that mannequin. Anyways, John grabs a bike and gets out of there, but the adamant T-1000 keeps chasing him. This scene not only showed us how speedily it can run, but it also showed us how adamant it truly is. And after John thinks he has managed to escape T-1000 and that he has stopped chasing him, he stops and takes a breath. I really hate when horror or thriller movie victims do this. Like stop stopping and just go as far as you possibly can. And of course he pays the price for stopping, and the insane T-1000 just keeps following him with the humongous truck that he had got control of. But this time he's way closer to John thanks to him foolishly stopping midway through. But before the scene can get even more intense and before it can actually catch up to John, the Terminator arrives and saves him once again, and then both of them just go out of there. After they go out of there, we finally see that T-1000 is actually the Silver Surfer, and yes, I'm going to call it it Silver Surfer from now on, since I'm getting tired of calling it T-1000. Robot names with numbers are boring. Anyways, the Terminator and John have a nice little conversation where the movie finally reveals to the audience why the Terminator was helping John, and it was a really plausible and acceptable explanation, and I really like that this movie didn't give some crazy far-fetched explanation to us. I also liked how John said this is deep after the Terminator explained everything to him. Okay, so after the Terminator figures out that the Silver Surfer has already reached John's guardians and killed them in brutal ways, him and John decide to go to rescue Sarah. Sarah's escape scene is great overall and is directed really well, but my favorite moment from this scene had to be when Sarah finally met the Terminator once again. This scene was absolutely amazing, and her acting during the scene was also great. But she was getting scared of this new and improved Terminator for no reason, since he, along with John, was only here to rescue her. And yes, they definitely do rescue her. The moment where Sarah tries to destroy the Terminator's chip and John stops her is also a good scene, and the moment where Sarah realizes that she was making a mistake while trying to kill Miles was also good and also helped develop her character even more. I wish Terminator 1 Sarah had gotten this much character development. If we got Terminator 2 Sarah in the first one, I might have just given it a 10 out of 10, since it might just have no boring scenes, much like this movie. Okay, so Miles, Sarah, John and the Terminator go to the Cyberdyne system building to destroy all the AI stuff to reduce the chance of their existence so that they don't take over the world in the future. They blow up the secured entrance to one of the rooms so that they can enter there, but that explosion causes fire which makes some smoke go out all over the place, which makes it not okay for normal humans to enter there. However, the Terminator brings some cool masks that make Darth Vader breathing noises to them so that they can enter the room. They destroy all the AI stuff that people have been working hard on for years for the safety of humanity, but that is exactly when the cops arrive and kill Mike right then and there. The rest of them somehow manage to escape, and Mike causes an explosion in the building, and everything's just a mess at this point. And to make the mess even messier, the Silver Surfer returns. The helicopter chase scene is pretty cool, but it's completely outshone by what's to come next. Yes, the Hasta La Vista baby scene was epic, but it would only be my favorite scene if the Silver Surfer ended right there. But no, it did not, and this movie went on to give us an even better scene, the death of the Terminator. I was not expecting a Terminator movie to make me emotional in the first place, and I was definitely not expecting the Terminator's death to make me emotional. Overall, an amazing and emotional ending. Rating? 10 out of 10. Best moment? The Terminator's sacrifice. Okay, so yeah guys, and that was it for the video, and don't forget to like, comment, share and of course subscribe. And so yeah guys, bye!